Another key to the soft life is emotional independence. Now, what is emotional independence? How do you get it? How do I know that I don't have it? This video is going to talk about my personal take on what emotional independence is and why it is so key to having a soft life. So, if that is something that you're interested in, please continue watching and let's get into it. Emotional independence. Y'all, it is the most key thing that you could have when it comes to a soft life. If your emotions depend on another person's ins and outs and ups and downs, that's not a soft life. It's not. That is a life that could potentially be chaotic. Because the truth is, right now, they could be acting totally okay. But like tomorrow, maybe if they have a bad day, all of a sudden you have a bad day. And what I'm talking about essentially is making sure that you are not in relationships that are codependent. Meaning, when that person goes up and down, you go up and down. Emotionally independence means that no one is regulating your emotions. You don't get your anxiety fixed by another person. You don't get your depression fixed by another person. Yes, you could be happy in a relationship, but another person does not provide you your full joy and your full happiness. That is really a very powerful key to a soft life. A lot of people don't live a soft life because they are in emotional bondage, meaning somebody else provides them with how they should feel in a day. Can you imagine, like when you really think about it, living a life where someone's dealings or someone's day to day could totally topside your day to day? And so when I talk about having a soft life and really figuring out what those keys are to emotional independence, it's really going to be critical in you starting this journey of having a better life. So when we think about emotional independence, what does that mean? That means that my happiness is controlled by the things that I do, are the things that I don't do. That is emotional independence. So it doesn't mean that you're not allowed to be upset or you're not allowed to have feelings. That is not what that means. But what it does mean is that I'm not going to allow someone to totally ruin my day or ruin my week, or I'm not going to allow someone to control my life with their spinning emotions because I'm emotionally regulated on my own. This is what emotional independence looks like. My spouse is like if your spouse is getting on your nerves. So if you're saying my spouse is getting on my nerves, it doesn't turn into I'm going to blow up their phone. I'm going to crash out. I'm going to cuss them out. I'm going to treat them crazy. And I'm going to cry all day and I'm going to rage out. It means, you know what? Right now I'm feeling disregarded. So I'm going to go hang out with some friends and fill up my cup. I'm going to go work out and shake some of this stress off because right now I can't depend on them for that. I'm going to go treat myself to something. I'm going to take a long hot shower and like release some tension. That is emotional independence, right? And so when we show up and you realize the activities that I'm talking about are very key, they're in line with having a life that is soft, right? A soft life is not crashing out every single time something bad happens to you. A soft life is if something crazy happens, you know what? I'm gonna go get prettier because a soft life is, oh, that happened. Let me go get finer. Let me go to the gym. Soft life is, you know what? This was a stressful day. I'm gonna run myself a bath because that is the first key. It's that emotional independence. It's that your heart's not racing every single time a person decides to do something or doesn't decide to do something. And I cannot tell you that when you really gain this emotional independence, how much is going to change you. Now, how do you gain this emotional independence? Figure out what your triggers are. Figure out the things that make you mad, the things that make you crash out, and be very, very honest with yourself. Be honest. Be honest. Be blatantly honest with yourself. And A lot of times your triggers are the things that make you angry. So list those things out, whatever they are, whatever they have to do with. There's no judgment here. It's a no judgment zone. After you figure out those triggers, when you look at those triggers, figure out what is it that I'm missing that is triggering me, and how can I meet it myself? What is it that I am missing, and how can I get it myself? That's a key question, because when you start to figure out, you know what, I'm mad because I am not getting connection. So let me connect to myself. I'm mad because I'm bored. So let me hit some friends up and find something to do, right? Or let me go take myself out on a date. Like, those are the types of things that I really want you to think about when it comes to emotional independence, because those are the things that are going to drive it. And so once you come up with that list, I want you to be really, really intentional that every time you see that trigger happening, you go back to that list. Put it on your phone so that you always have it. You go back to that list and you're like, okay, let me figure out what my trigger is, and let me figure out how to handle this on my own. And eventually, if you do that over and over and over again, it will become a habit. And before you know it, you'll be like, wow, I'm not crashing out as much. Wow, I'm not upset. Wow, I don't feel anxiety. Wow, my life feels a lot softer. Try it out. And I really want you guys to try it out. Tell me if it works for you. This is something I tried out in my own personal life, and it worked for me. It gave me so much less anxiety from day to day. And so let me know what you think in the comments. And if you feel like this will help someone, please share it with them. And please like, I love to hear you guys' comments and feedback. Thanks so much. Talk soon.